Hello, everyone. The purpose of the Digital Mental Literacy Hub system is we focus on improving mental health literacy for students in UTM uh, and reducing stigma. Also, we provide accessible support 24/7 for everyone in the educational system.
Okay, I will continue for the school part. Here our focus is to improve mental health literacy and support for higher education students. And what is the software will do here? It's for the first is to provide educational content, and then the second enables self-assessment, and third offer telehealth support, and fourth one gamify learning, and five facility for peer support, and the last one ensure privacy and accessibility.
So the definitions that we used in this proposal or in this project, the first one is Digital Mental Health Literacy Hub System, or DMHLHS, which is a comprehensive digital platform designed to improve mental health literacy, reduce stigma, and provide accessible support to higher education students. And then the second one is Mental Health Literacy, which is the knowledge, understanding, and ability to recognize mental health symptoms, understand coping strategies, and seek appropriate help when needed. Third one is telehealth service. Telehealth service is a remote mental health support and counseling provided through digital platforms, allowing students to access professional help without in-person visits. The last one is gamification. The application of game design elements and game principle in non-game context to increase user engagement and motivation. The acronyms and abbreviations that we used is DMHLHS, which is Digital Mental Health Literacy Hub System. Second one is UTM, University Technology Malaysia. And then SD, System Documentation. FAQ, Frequently Asked Questions. UI UX, User Interface, User Experience. AI ML, Artificial Learning, Artificial Intelligence or Machine Learning. AES, Advanced Encryption Standard, and WCAG, Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. References that we use, the first one is IEEE Standard 830 1998, recommended practice for software requirements specification. Second one is IEEE Standard 1016 1998, which is software design description. And lastly, IEEE Standard 829 2008, software test documentation. The next one is going to be overview, which will be presented by our team member Ali.
Assalamu alaikum and hello, I'm Ali from the Group 1 of Software Engineering. So here I'll present the overview. This system documentation is structured to provide a comprehensive guide to the Digital Mental Health Literacy Hub System, which is the DMHLHS. The document is organized into key sections to ensure through understanding of the system, purpose, functionality, the technical requirements, which are the requirements here that are in section 1 and section 2. The first one which is section 1, introduction. This section provides the foundational context for the system. For example, like including its purpose, scope, key definitions, and overview of the project's core objectives, the goals. It outlines the critical need for a digital platform that support the student mental health and literacy. Section 2, the specific requirements. That's the goal. This extensive section details the system's comprehensive requirements, which are these are the specific requirements that are included. The detailed personal description for different user types, the user and his status, and from the members that we did, and also administrators, faculty, mental health professionals, comprehensive system features and capabilities. User stories, they capture specific functional requirements. Launch phase planning with sprint-based implementation strategies. Performance requirement and system attributes. Design concentrates and environmental consideration. The document serves as a critical reference for the development teams. stakeholders and future mentors of the system, ensuring a clear, comprehensive understanding of the digital mental health literacy hub, system vision, functionality, and technical specifications.
Part 2, specific requirements. The first one, 2.1 persona. Persona 1 VTM students. So the user needs for the students are to manage stress effectively, learn more about mental health and how to support themselves and their peers. Also, access mental health resources without fear of stigma or judgment, and find accessible platform for mental support. There are 3 stories that we provided. The first one, as a student, I want to have a mobile-friendly platform where I can access mental health resources anytime, so I can get help when I need it, even in between classes. Second one is I want to connect with other students who may be experiencing similar struggles, so that I can feel less isolated and gain support from my peers. The last one is to be able to access telehealth services so that I can speak with a mental health professional when I feel the need for expert advice without needing to go through a long waiting process.
Okay, for the system feature, we have a use case diagram here, and the use case diagram is digital mental health literacy system. We have 4 actors here: student, administrator, faculty, and mental health. And then, so every actor have their own use case, and I already defined use case like categories to be 5 categories here. Okay, I think for the next part is about the launch phase. So for the launch phase, already divided by 4 sprint. For the sprint 1, for the user story, as a student, I want to register, log in, and access my dashboard. And then, the second, as a administrator, I want to configure user access and roles to maintain security and functionality. So the team member assigned here set up core system and user management. Team A, backend developer, team B, database engineering, and team C, UI UX designer.
For user story details, I'll start with student. This is the user story details for student. We're gonna take register as the example. So the user story is register with ID UC01. The user story description will be as a student, I want to be able to register for the system so that I can create my account and access the platform's mental health resources. The flow of events, this user select register option from login page. The system prompts the user to enter required details. For example, the name, email, password, and other personal information. And then the user submits the registration form. After that, the system will validate the input. If the validation is successful, the user is registered and a confirmation email is sent to the provided email. And then the user can now log in with the credentials they created. There are no alternative flow, and the acceptance criteria for the post condition, the user is successfully registered and can log in. And the precondition is the user is not registered in the system. There is no exception flow for this. Next, for performance and other requirements, I'll be presenting the performance requirement part. So the performance requirement, well, the first one is response time. The system should have a maximum response time of 3 seconds for loading page, submitting forms, and also retrieving and displaying data. The goal is to ensure that the platform remains fast and responsive even during high traffic periods, such as during exam seasons or university events. Second one is throughput. The system must support 200 simultaneous active users while performing tasks like education content, interacting with chat support, or joining peer support groups. The goal is to be able to handle big traffic loads without significant degradation in performance, ensuring that users have seamless experience under heavy load. The one will be capacity. The system should be able to support up to 10,000 registered users in the initial deployment with scalability built in. And the goal is to ensure the platform can scale efficiently to accommodate growing number of students, faculty, and mental health professionals without performance bottlenecks. Lastly, availability. The system should have a 99.5% availability, meaning it should be operational and accessible for at least 365 days per year with minimal downtime for maintenance and upgrades. The goal is to minimize service interruptions to ensure students and faculty have continuous access to mental health resources, especially considering the need for mental health support during critical times like exams or personal crisis. Next will be presented by Ahmed.
All right, thank you, Michael. The software system attributes divided to five mainly sections. So, the performance and security, the performance and reliability. So, the response time is equal to or less than 3 seconds under normal conditions. Also, concurrent users handle 200 users at peak times efficiently. The scalability, registered users scalable from 10,000 to 100,000 users as the demand grows. Availability, uptime achieves 99.5% uptime for high availability. Data recovery, daily automatic backups with recovery within an hour. Security, encryptions, AES 25 256 encryption for sensitive user data is used in the system, and authentications, two factors authentication for account protection. Lastly, the accessibility. We see a G 2.1 level AA compliance for inclusivity. Inclusivity. Cross platforms, compatible with Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Windows, Mac OS, and lastly Linux. So I'm gonna pass the next part for Ali to present.
Thank you, everyone. Design constraints is just the difference between the environmental and hardware constraint. Environmental constraint is like operating environment. The software should be compatible or suitable with the existing IT infrastructure, including the operating system, Windows, macOS, and Linux browsers from Firefox Edge. These are the most common and famous websites and applications that the whole world nowadays that use it. And for the hardware constraints is like the server requirement. The system must operate on existing server configuration. The minimum 16 gigabyte RAM and 500 gigabytes storage.
So that's gonna be the end of our presentation. Thank you for watching.